Good day, every one of you over there that you're watching this broadcast, and quickly want to share some things with the children of God because this morning, or this day rather, and because you might be watching us from different parts of the earth, and so I don't know whether you're in the afternoon, in the evening, but just good day. This is a good day. The day that the Lord has made, will rejoice and be glad. But quickly, let's look at this 1 Corinthians 6:12. 1 Corinthians 6:12 says, all things are lawful unto me. This is what Jesus did. He set us free from the law. So we have permissions of God to be free, and the permission of God to be free is actually not lawless. It's actually for us to be able to have dominion, to be able to control, to be able to control things, to sit on top of everything, that everything will see the little Jesus, who everything was subject to him. So God has created man for all things to be under his control and dominion. So he said, all things are lawful to us, so that we can be able to have dominion and control, and we'll be able to govern the earth. Because I keep on telling people that's why God created man. God created man to govern the earth, not to be a master. That's why the Bible says a man that strives for mastery. So we're the master. So God created us. He created all things for us and said, you master it for me, you control, you have dominion, over all these things for me. All things he created. So all things are lawful to me, but not all things are expedient. Not things are necessary. And then he told us this. He said, all things are lawful to me, but I will not be, I will not be brought under the power of any. This is the problem today of different kind of addiction. I remember I was talking to my kids and my children about this, because it's easy for people to be addicted either to food, either to film, either to cartoons, either to drugs, either to fornications or sex, or different things today. See, one of the greatest things that the devil is trying to do for mankind, man was called to rule. Even sometimes people are addicted to money, so they are controlled by money. So everything that God created, the idea is that God created man to be in control, to ensure that everything they do, they are in control. In fact, the Bible tells us something very important that I like. It said, every man that strives for mastery is, the first thing is that he's first of all temperate. That he has self-control. He has the capacity to control. So this is something. So if you are striving for mastery, if you want to have dominion, the first thing is that, immediately man lost dominion, the capacity to be in control. He said, all I've seen and fall short of the glory of God. This is one thing that character does. Character puts a man in dominion. Godliness puts a man in dominion. So when you have godliness, when you have the character of God, you are able to take control. When you lose the character of God, you lose control. And when we lose control and the enemy begin to control us, the enemy want to find anything to control people. And it starts somewhere. If the devil has one foothold in your life of controlling you, it might be anger. Some people, the devil know the only problem with them is anger. And once the devil want to manipulate them or control them, he just allow them to be offended and get angry. That's it. The devil takes over. And even sometimes people can kill just with anger. He has taken and can destroy life. Anyway, the devil can control you with just cartoons. And because children, when you get so much addicted to cartoons and all these games, you find out you don't study, you fail your exam, at the end of them you get a dropout, and then you grow up, and it's not because your parents don't provide for you, but because the enemy took control of your life, using cartoons, using all these games, and before you know it, and you now get to the drugs, frustrated, and that life is already controlled to destruction unless God rescues it. So the problem, even in salvation today, so many people are not saved because they are being controlled one way or the other by the enemy. Being saved is that God releases you from the control of the devil, from the control of Satan, and they bring you under the control of his own spirit, so that his spirit can give you dominion, can help you and build you up to be in charge and to control, so that you will not be controlled. So this is the same thing Paul began to tell the people. He said, look, all things are lawful, but don't do things that will bring you under the control of the devil. There's some certain things in the devil today in the world. There's so many things the devil is making that is very addictive. He makes cigar, is addictive. He makes cocaine, addictive. Think of all those drugs, all those things people are doing. Anything that is addictive to you is, you watch porno and it become addictive. You watch this, it become addictive. See, everything that is addictive is the problem today, because once you have an addiction to something, it might be watching pornography film, it might be masturbation, it might be sex. These are the way the enemy has have a grip over your life and is working you to destruction. Something you can't exist with in a day. You've got an addiction. You need to break it off. So, see, your liberty is not for you to be used for any addiction. You must be free. You must be able to know what is needful. There's some certain things that are not needful. You don't need to smoke cigar. You don't need to drink. But when it's before you do anything, you must drink beer. If you can't drink, some people, before they can perform, the musician, they have to, drink marijuana. They want to take cocaine. Now they are already addicted. The devil will use it and work this thing to destroy them. Addiction is the problem of mankind, and the reason why the devil is throwing addiction to them is that he uses addiction to put them under, and to lead them to hell, to destroy them. Once the enemy has a control over your life, he has an automatic remote control to use to control you. It might be woman. There's some people say just to a fine girl, this man will fall, because he knows you will lose control. You will lose control. There's some certain things that make people to lose control, but God wants you to be in control. Man was made to be in control. Losing control is a sin. Being in control is righteousness. So this is why righteousness will exalt a nation. Righteousness will put you in control, but sin is a reproach. Come on, leave a sin. Each time you get into sin, you lose control. Each time you get into righteousness, you take control. This is why God wants you to live. That's why God called you my righteousness. So when the Bible says God, became sin so that you can become the righteousness of God, he wants you to take control. Jesus Christ lose control so that you can have control. He went to hell and until he got resurrected. So when he became sin, they was led like a sheep to be slaughtered. That's why, because of you, he became sin. When he became sin, he was vulnerable. But when he rose from the dead, he became the king of all, because he conquered sin. He conquered death. So we had to conquer sin. We had to conquer death. Whatever sin whatever addiction that has been in your life, you can conquer it. You can take charge. Don't allow your life to be ruled by anger, by fury, by unforgiveness, by bitterness. You need to take control. You need to take control. And this is what we are talking to. So all things are lawful, but there's some certain things that want to control your life. You have to get rid of them. You must get rid of them. You must take charge. You are created to rule. You are created to take control. You are created to be to be righteous. So righteousness will exalt you. Righteousness will give you. This is one of the reasons why you must be righteous, because you will be able to have control. You will not be controlled. There's nobody that is being controlled that is happy. That's why majority of people are not as sad, because they are losing control. All the foundation of the earth and are out of course. And if you lose control, you will die like men. You will die where you don't want to die. Do you know Paul was so much in charge that they told them that, look, you guys, I'm thinking about something. For me to go to die, he dictated his death. I don't want to die now because I'm still useful for you. He was the one that was in charge, not the devil, not the dream he dreamed. That a man can come. In fact, Jesus Christ says, I'm in charge, I can lay down my life and I can take it. So you see, that's a total person. That is a choice. Not a lot of people today, they are where they are, they say it's fate. No. Fate does not have to determine your life. No, you must be in control of your life. So the problem is that when something happens, they say, I'm more alone. That is nonsense. God can be traded with evil. God wants you to be in charge. God wants a safe destination for you. So therefore, understand that, don't be under the control of anything. Don't be under the control of fear. Don't be under the control of death. Don't be under the control of sickness and diseases. This is why Jesus Christ came, that you not be under the control of elementary spirit, that you have a choice, that you can choose this day to have life, and you can have it far abundantly. So I want to tell you, that's why you need Jesus. If you have not really given your life to Christ, bow your head and say, Jesus, come into my life, because when Jesus comes into your life, he will help you to have control. You need Jesus to have control. You need to take control, and you need to be happy. Until you take control, you can never be happy. When a man takes control of his life, he becomes very happy. God bless you.